But if we didn't defend like that in the first half, maybe it's a 20 or 25 point game, and then you're just out of it. And I'm hopeful that this could be a good lesson, for our guys in terms of developing that kind of identity. And I think it's been 2 games in a row right now, coming off a period where I think our defense had really dipped. I think the last 2 games against Cleveland and here against Milwaukee, we really have battled and scrapped and undersized, and we've rebounded and we've held our own. And that's the disposition we're going to have, going forward until we get whole.
And nobody stops Giannis, and you mentioned the help that you guys had, but what did you think about the job Tyler Cook did? He drew the 2 charges and really tried to play him.
Tyler, I give him a lot of credit. He's come off that ankle injury, not a lot of practice time. We kind of throw him out there, on Giannis, and he gave us everything he could, defensively, and I give him a lot of credit. It's the first time he and Bullsh have really played significant minutes together. I was a little bit worried about how it would go offensively. I did think we had got stagnant at some times, but overall, I think Tyler's effort and him and Bullsh working together was a positive.
What was your angle on the Grayson Allen foul? What did you think of the?
Yeah, it was really bad. It was really, really bad. And I'll just say this: we lost Patrick, on a flagrant foul to a pretty significant injury. And I said this after the game, I think it was against New York and Mitchell Robinson. I think Mitchell Robinson was trying to make a legitimate play on the basketball. It happened to be a flagrant. There's times there's flagrant fouls, but, for Alex to be in the air like that, for him to take him down like that, you could have ended his career. And he has a history of this. And that to me was really dangerous. And I really hope the league takes a hard look at something like that, because they could have really, really seriously hurt him. I mean, he's dealing with his wrist right now. I don't know what the extent his wrist is, but just being there, it's really, really dangerous to go after somebody like that. And I personally thought it was, it was just, it wasn't good. It just was not good. And for it to even be extended to a flagrant 2 and be thrown out of the game, clearly the officials must have felt like there was some intent there, the way he yanked him and snapped him to the floor and his head bounced off the floor. So really, really, really dangerous play.
I know it's the heat of the moment. It's an intense game, but you and Bud have a lot of respect for each other. Did you have a chance to talk to Bud about the play or anything?
No, I mean, I have a lot of respect for Bud. Bud and I've, talked over the years. I have a lot of respect for him. These guys are all professional athletes. There's nothing towards Bud at all on something like that. I just think to do that to a player is just really, really, I mean, you could really, really, really jeopardize his career in a lot of ways. And, I don't know what his response will be to it. Maybe, he didn't mean to do that. I don't know. I just know the play looked really, really bad, on a guy that's got a history of doing that, all the way back into college. So, I hope the league takes a hard look at something like that, because, God forbid this guy was in a stretcher going out of the building right now. That would not be good. And now, listen, I know there's a physical game and there's plays at the basket. There's a lot of contact and things like that. There's the right way you can go up and have physicality and do that, but not that way, in my opinion.
I'm just curious what you thought about your Kobe and Io. Both had a shot from the floor.
Yeah, I think Alex, I think Kobe, and I think, those 3 guys, they didn't have a great shooting night. I knew Kobe had some good looks that he normally makes that was hopefully he had been on such a tear, I think, offensively, shooting the basketball. But you have a night like that sometimes. And, I just wanted those guys to compete and stay in the game. And I think Alex and I and Kobe all did that, even though they didn't shoot the ball great. And I don't know how much Alex's wrist was impacting his shooting or not. We actually thought about sitting him out, and he said he could play, so we put him back in there. But I just appreciated that those guys kept their heads in the game defensively, even though they didn't have a great shooting night. We needed to do that. We needed them to play, and I thought all 3 of those guys in the backcourt really did a great job of that.
Really, regardless of the circumstances, how short-handed you are, and you talked about the guys needing to learn how to play in games like this. Is this a step in the right direction?
Yeah, no, I think it's been 2 games in a row. Obviously they're defending world champions, and they obviously know how to win, know what it takes to win at that level. I think that for us to build out a style defensively about the way we got to play, because I know it was maybe, I don't know how many games ago it is now, but we had talked about defensively that we need to get better, and that that we can, and we got the ability to. And I give our guys a lot of credit for putting in the work to be able to do that. And it's been 2 games in a row, where I think our defense has been good. And we got to keep moving in that direction because maybe several games ago, if we were playing defense like we were back then, it's a game you don't have a chance to win because of the way you shot the ball tonight. So, I just appreciate, respect the competitiveness of the group, the way we went out and attacked it. And I thought that, to me, this is how you build some perseverance where it's not going well offensively. It's a struggle. They're a really good defensive team, a top 10 defensive team. We got some looks. We didn't knock down some shots. It was a tough, but we kept grinding on the other end of the floor. And I think that's what you have to be able to do. If you want to play late in the season, you want to play after the regular season. That's what these games become about. And you got to be able to find a way to do that.
It looked like you kind of coached that way too. Last rotation left those guys in there in the fourth quarter. Did I see that right?
I'm sorry.
You left your main guys in there in the last 9 minutes.
Yeah, I put those guys. I wanted to give Alice a little bit of a break, because I know his stints as he gets his legs back under him are going to probably be right now. They're right around 4 or 5 minute stints. 6 maybe a little bit too long. I probably maybe went with him a little bit too long. We got some minutes from him in the first half. I thought the way the first half was going, I didn't want to use a lot of his minutes because I knew he was going to be on a restriction. And I think I said before the game, maybe 22 to 25. I think he was right around 23, 24. But yeah, I just wanted to go with those guys there at the end, and I wanted to put some shooting on the floor because I felt like with the way they were attacking DeMar, and the way they were aggressively playing him, that maybe Bullsh or Kobe or I or Alex, someone could bang home one. And Bullsh, I thought, made a really, really big 3 to kind of get us a little bit closer. And we had some opportunities. We weren't able to knock them down, and that happens. But overall, I felt good with the way those guys would play. I thought we needed some shooting and spacing on the floor offensively.
Billy, we're going to take one more from Zoom before we bring DeMar up. Sam Smith, go ahead.
Just wondering, did you try to play to level the playing field with the guys out intentionally, slower, to try to keep the game, a slower game?
Yeah, Sam, not really. The thing I thought hurt us a little bit in the first half to that point, I think they missed 28 shots in the first half. We had 0 fast break points. I think the game, I've always said this, when you play against good defensive teams, possessions become longer because you have to work harder to generate good shots. So a lot of times you have to go deeper into the clock. And generally the highest percentage shot in an NBA game is within the first 7 seconds. I didn't think that we didn't fast break as well as I thought we could have, and maybe taken advantage of some opportunities like I thought we could have. But I think their defense forces you to play to the second side, some into the third side. You got to move the ball. We got up against the clock a few times, but certainly wasn't our intention going into the game of, hey, let's really try to slow the game down. That certainly was not the intention. I think it happens when you go against good teams and good defensive teams.
Thanks.
It's a fun game. Them type of games you want to be in. They defending champs. We were short-handed. We didn't go in there with no excuses. Proud of my guys who were out there and competed. Just want to get the defending champs. In a hostile environment, we gave ourselves a chance. Even though we was missing shots, we competed defensively to try to make things difficult for them as well. Like I said, all you could do is hope to have a chance late in the game, and that's where we was at.
Mark, there aren't moral victories in the NBA, but given how shorthanded you guys were, do you take something moving forward from this outcome?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I think I said the other day, a lot of guys get a lot of opportunities, with key guys out. You could build a lot from that, being in these moments, these situations, and continue to build great habits, and competing tonight. Everybody who got in that game tonight competed. You could take a lot from it. This is a fully healthy team that just, they defending their championship. We came in here and came down to the last couple of possessions. So, you can learn a lot. You can gain a lot from it. Like you said, there's no moral victories, but at the same time, it's a lot of confidence that come from it.
Did you have an opinion on the Grayson Allen play on Caruso?
Yeah, it was tough. It sucks. Just angles you could take when guys getting in the air and get knocked off their feet, come down hard. You know, it was tough. I felt like the refs made the right play. You know, luckily it wasn't anything too serious.
DeMar, it seems like we always asking about the young guys and their contribution, but what were your impressions with what Tyler did tonight for the Giants?
It was amazing. I mean, pretty sure waking up yesterday or today, you know, he didn't expect to be starting and guarding Giannis. He took on the challenge. You know, he had been hurt for a couple of weeks, so to get him back, for him to come back and play, take on the challenge for Giannis, that's a tall task to take, but he definitely helped us out. Credit to him. That's just the character of guys that we have on this team.
Are you learning more and more about character of these young guys? The more you go through these battles,
Yeah, for sure.
see how they react.
For sure, you know, you learn a lot when you hit adversity with people. You know, we had some adversity the last couple of weeks dealing with injuries, losses, you know, here and there, but, you know, it seemed like it just continued to bring us closer and closer and want to compete for one another, and that's all you can ask for.
Mark, why do you think you're able to draw fouls on jump shots as often as you're able to?
I think for me, I just get to my spot and I don't let nobody kind of alter my shot. You know, it's on you if you get in the way, you know, and I kind of, it's just a feel, you know, more than anything, understanding my space, understanding my lift, understanding how guys are going to contest. You know, I just stay firm in a lot of moves that I take. And me knowing the guys want to highly contest a lot of my shots. So it's on them. You get too close, I'm going to just follow through, continue to do what I got to do. And, you know, I guess I get the foul.
You guys feel the crowd at the end there? There's a lot of Bulls fans here.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Like I said, it was one of those games, playoff atmosphere, like with our fans, their fans. And as a competitor, you know, you want to play in games like that. You know, tonight was a fun game. It sucks we didn't pull out the win, but, you know, it showed a lot about our character.
Thanks, DeMar.
Thank you, DeMar. Appreciate it.
It's gonna be a bit before Alex.
A little tired, a little disappointed. I thought we could have won the game. Should have won the game. Wrist is a little banged up. We'll see how that goes in the next couple of days.
Yeah, what can you describe that play from your perspective?
Went up, was gonna try and two-hand flush, little dunk in transition, and didn't really know what happened, you know, during the play, but afterwards looking at it, and dude just grabbed me out of there. Kind of bullshit. I don't know what else you can do about it. Just glad that I didn't have any, you know, any major scary injuries right away.
Yeah, it looked like you also hit your head too. Did you or not? On the
I might have. I was more so worried about my arm just because I landed, you know, directly on it. But you know, you live and you move on, and got to play another game soon, so we'll get ready for that one.
How was the wrist, Alex?
It's a little sore. I put some tape on it. Had some adrenaline going. Kind of limited me shooting in the second stint when I went back in. Tried to step into them confidently. It's just, you know, hard to, you know, shooting wrist. Sometimes it's hard to play through those and shoot through those. But I try to do my best to go out there and fight with the guys, compete, try to win.
Any long-term concern?
I don't think so. I mean, I think the X-rays are negative, so just go with it day by day.
Gilly was kind of saying that you've got a history of doing stuff like that, dating back to Duke. Do you feel that way, that it was?
I don't know. I to be honest, I don't watch much Duke basketball. I don't watch a lot of any basketball other than the team I'm with. Don't really have anything to comment on that.
Alex, what was your takeaway from the game tonight? I mean, the way you guys played shorthanded against the defending champ on the road.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting great contribution from everybody. You know, I mean, young guys are playing big roles, playing older than they're used to. We didn't make shots. I'm not sure anybody really shot the ball all too well tonight for us. But we competed and defended, and if we do that night in, night out, you know, once we get full squad, we keep this going, I think we can win games, and then once we get them back, I think we'll be in a good spot.
What did you think about, obviously nobody stops Giannis one-on-one, but what do you think about the job Tyler did trying to hang in there against him?
Tyler did great. You know, I mean, everything we asked him to do, even with some questionable calls as far as, you know, anytime you get a two-way guy versus MVP, usually that's how the whistle blows. So we were kind of ready for it, but I thought he did a good job of battling, you know, trying to stay in there, stay square, and then he went and got a couple rebounds, finished around the rim when we needed him to. I thought he played a really good game.
Just one more on the play. Did Grayson come check on you or say anything?
No.
You guys are not looking for moral victories, but was that kind of a game that you can feel good about in the long run with the shorthanded as you are? Or no?
I mean, as far as trying to build habits and compete to win and execute defensive schemes, yes, but we want to win games.
Thanks, Alex.
Thank you, Alex. We appreciate it. Hope you're feeling okay.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.